1. We're all a little weird. And life is a little weird. And when we find someone whose weirdness is compatible with ours, we join up with them and fall into mutually satisfying weirdness, and call it love, true love. Robert Fulghum. 2. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Lao Tzu. 3. Success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. Henry David Thoreau. 4. People are just as happy as they make up their minds to be. Abraham Lincoln. 5. Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Just walk beside me and be my friend. Albert Camus. 6. It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. Friedrich Nietzsche. 7. For every minute you are angry you lose 60 seconds of happiness. Ralph Waldo Emerson. 8. The flower that blooms in adversity is the rarest and most beautiful of all. Walt Disney Company, Mulan. 9. Friendship is born at that moment when one person says to another, "What? You too? I thought I was the only one." C.S. Lewis. 10. People often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing, that's why we recommend it daily. Zig Ziglar. 11. If you can make a woman laugh, you can make her do anything. Marilyn Monroe. 12. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. George Bernard Shaw. 13. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. And, like any great relationship, it just gets better and better as the years roll on. Steve Jobs. 14. The truth is, everyone is going to hurt you. You just got to find the ones worth suffering for. Bob Marley. 15. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson. 16. The only man who never makes mistakes is the man who never does anything. Theodore Roosevelt. 17. There are no accidents, there is only some purpose that we haven't yet understood. Deepak Chopra. 18. It is better to be hated for what you are than to be loved for what you are not. Ander Guide. 19. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. J.K. Rowling. 20. Be thankful for what you have, you'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. Oprah Winfrey. 21. Love is like the wind, you can't see it but you can feel it. Nicholas Sparks. 22. We are what we pretend to be, so we must be careful about what we pretend to be. Kurt Vonnegut. 23. Remember, happiness doesn't depend upon who you are or what you have, it depends solely upon what you think. Dale Carnegie. 24. In 3 words I can sum up everything I've learned about life, it goes on. Robert Frost. 25. There is no end. There is no beginning. There is only the infinite passion of life. Federico Fellini. 26. Man's mind, once stretched by a new idea, never regains its original dimensions. Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. 27. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Mark Twain. 28. Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire, you will what you imagine, and at last you create what you will. George Bernard Shaw. 29. There are only 2 ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. Albert Einstein. 30. Life is what happens to us while we are making other plans. Alan Saunders. 31. As he read, I fell in love the way you fall asleep, slowly, and then all at once. John Green. 32. It is better to be hated for what you are than to be loved for what you are not. Andre Gide. 33. 20 years from now you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails. Explore. Dream. Discover. Mark Twain. 34. If you live to be 100, I want to live to be 100 minus 1 day so I never have to live without you. A. Milne. 35. It's not who you are that holds you back, it's who you think you're not. Unknown. 36. There is never a time or place for true love. It happens accidentally, in a heartbeat, in a single flashing, throbbing moment. Sarah Dessen. 37. You've gotta dance like there's nobody watching, love like you'll never be hurt, sing like there's nobody listening, and live like it's heaven on earth. William W. Perky. 38. Do not go where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Ralph Waldo Emerson. 39. If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. Albert Einstein. 40. A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies, said Jojen. The man who never reads lives only one. George R.R. Martin. 41. Sometimes the questions are complicated and the answers are simple. Dr. Seuss. 42. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt. 43. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who loves fully is prepared to die at any time. Mark Twain. 44. Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. Winston S. Churchill. 45. I like nonsense, it wakes up the brain cells. Fantasy is a necessary ingredient in living. Dr. Seuss. 46. When one door of happiness closes, another opens, but often we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one which has been opened for us. Helen Keller. 47. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Confucius. 48. The only way of finding the limits of the possible is by going beyond them into the impossible. Arthur C. Clarke. 49. It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case, you fail by default. J.K. Rowling. 50. It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. Herman Melville. 51. Try not to become a man of success. Rather become a man of value. Albert Einstein. 52. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Thomas A. Edison. 53. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. Mahatma Gandhi. 54. Be miserable. Or motivate yourself. Whatever has to be done, it's always your choice. Wayne Dyer. 55. Imperfection is beauty, madness is genius, and it's better to be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring. Marilyn Monroe. 56. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. Oscar Wilde. 57. Impossible is a word to be found only in the dictionary of fools. Napoleon Bonaparte. 58. We delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has gone through to achieve that beauty. Maya Angelou. 59. Faith consists in believing when it is beyond the power of reason to believe. Voltaire. 60. There is just one life for each of us, our own. Euripides. 61. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift of God, which is why we call it the present. Bill Keane. 62. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Bernard M. Baruch. 63. I can't give you a surefire formula for success, but I can give you a formula for failure: try to please everybody all the time. Herbert Bayard Swope. 64. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. Mark Twain. 65. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Then quit. No use being a damn fool about it. W.C. Fields. 66. Simplicity is the key to brilliance. Bruce Lee. 67. What the mind of man can conceive and believe, the mind of man can achieve. Napoleon Hill. 68. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Albert Einstein. 69. Be yourself, everyone else is already taken. Oscar Wilde. 70. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Mae West. 71. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Eleanor Roosevelt. 72. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Malcolm X. 73. Today you are you, that is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you. Dr. Seuss. 74. Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. Dr. Seuss. 75. The greater damage for most of us is not that our aim is too high and we miss it, but that it is too low and we reach it. Michelangelo. 76. It is never too late to be what you might have been. George Eliot. 77. Not all of us can do great things. But we can do small things with great love. Mother Teresa. 78. You know you're in love when you can't fall asleep because reality is finally better than your dreams. Dr. Seuss. 79. The question isn't who is going to let me, it's who is going to stop me. Ayn Rand. 80. Let others lead small lives, but not you. Let others argue over small things, but not you. Let others cry over small hurts, but not you. Let others leave their future in someone else's hands, but not you. Jim Rohn. 81. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Maya Angelou. 82. The more things are forbidden, the more popular they become. Mark Twain. 83. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. Thomas A. Edison. 84. What we can or cannot do, what we consider possible or impossible, is rarely a function of our true capability. It is more likely a function of our beliefs about who we are. Anthony Robbins. 85. It is hard to fail, but it is worse never to have tried to succeed. Theodore Roosevelt. 86. I challenge you to make your life a masterpiece. I challenge you to join the ranks of those people who live what they teach, who walk their talk. Anthony Robbins. 87. We don't see things as they are, we see them as we are. Anas Nin. 88. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience, this is the ideal life. Mark Twain. 89. Do one thing every day that scares you. Eleanor Roosevelt. 90. Love is that condition in which the happiness of another person is essential to your own. Robert A. Heinlein. 91. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all. Oscar Wilde. 92. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Aristotle. 93. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. Friedrich Nietzsche. 94. I'm selfish, impatient and a little insecure. I make mistakes, I am out of control and at times hard to handle. But if you can't handle me at my worst, then you sure as hell don't deserve me at my best. Marilyn Monroe. 95. Nothing could be worse than the fear that one had given up too soon and left one unexpended effort that might have saved the world. Jane Addams. 96. It wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. Howard Ruff. 97. It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, it is because we do not dare that they are difficult. Seneca. We have several resources for you, tips to make money online and much more. The links are in the video description. You are an amazing person. Wow. You came to the very end of this video. Can you do us a favor and subscribe and activate the bell at the very least? It would be very appreciated from the bottom of our hearts. Also, if it's possible, like, share and comment. God bless you forever.